So, you know, I was sitting in my my bedroom one night, and I was thinking, where has the indefinite hiatus podcast gone? Why are they not recording any videos? I miss the,
That's kind of the point of the name.
I miss their content so much.
Yeah, it's on indefinite hiatus.
Exactly.
Hey.
I mean,
might as well call ourselves the Norigami Podcast.
I mean, I guess.
Hey. Speaking of hiatuses, have you guys heard Hunter x Hunter is coming back in January?
Wait, hang on. Before we go into any more content, theme song.
It's Rainbow Road. It's where you go when you die. It's Rainbow Road. I'll miss you again, Uncle. It's Rainbow Road. It's where you go when you die. It's Rainbow Road. I'll miss you again.
And welcome back, everybody.
Great song.
Today we decided to do somewhat relaxing music. We wanted to make sure that you all
guys have a theme song
welcome
now?
back to the wonderful world of amazing Manga Alert content.
Neptune, did you just ask if we got a new theme song? Have you not seen any of the Manga Alerts in the past 5 months?
Have you not?
I don't think so.
Wow, we have a... No,
Exposed.
we should have invited Neptune on the podcast this week. He's not a true... He's not
He's
a
not
true
only a
believer.
racist.
He's not a believer.
Yeah, not
Oh,
only is he a
please.
racist, but he also doesn't watch the podcast.
No wonder we banned him from the Future Diary podcast. I mean, some of those things that he said were just blasphemy.
The last one you uploaded... Yeah, no, the last one you uploaded was 4 months ago. It was the Naruto thing that I couldn't watch
What?
because it was
What?
spoilers.
What? Naruto
No.
was episode 7. We're on episode 12 now. What?
Well, then where the fuck are they getting uploaded?
On my channel.
What?
What? Yes.
All right, well, we got
We
some
did.
conspiracy shit going on here. Anyways, guys,
What?
we're going to do our formal intro now while they, settle out their little girlfriend fight going on right now. Welcome to the Manga Alert Podcast, episode 12. This was supposed to be our season finale, but instead we've decided to push it back a little further and give you guys some more quality content as opposed to that. Today we got our guest star, Neptune, appearing after a long hiatus of staying away from the Manga Alert Podcast. Last time he was on, it was like episode 2 and 3, I believe. So that was quite some time ago. Anyways, Neptune, go ahead and tell the viewers your feelings about, I don't know, just in general. What are your feelings? Just let it all out.
What are my feelings? I don't know. The manga community is kind of stale right now, so I feel like this podcast is
Calling people out.
making it somewhat fresh again.
Call some people out. Who's stale in the community, Neptune? Who do you think's
Putting
stale?
you on the spot.
Well, I did get tagged recently. I forget who tagged me, but it's we'll just leave it leave it at that.
So we're calling out the manga tags, huh?
Ooh.
Maybe maybe you're trying to say Apollo Gray maybe is getting stale.
Who's that?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
well, starting drama on the Manga Alert podcast.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
I love you, Apollo.
He was almost the guest this week.
Yeah, he was almost going to be on here, but he had some things to do. I guess he had to go wash some dishes
Respond to another
and
tag.
maybe wash his car, maybe go use the bathroom, get a bite to eat. We don't really know
See,
what's
that's the
going
thing.
on.
Like, if anyone saw my response to his tag, like, it was just a complete shit post because tags are just so. Because like when I did this tag and I was gonna make a joke about how many I've done, I've done like 10 tag videos before.
I mean, I think this year in total I've done about maybe 6 or 7, which I still think
it's just like
is 7 too many.
it's like when people are like bored and out of ideas, they're just like, hey, I'll just make up a bunch of questions I can answer, like my own Q&A, and then get other people to do it. Because I don't think I've ever created the tag video. I've always only responded to them.
Same. That's the same boat I've been in since I started my YouTube channel. At least starting uploading content on the manga channel. So I don't know. I mean, tags are fine. They're good once in a while, but I think there was a period of time, like maybe 6 or 7 months ago, where just everyone had a manga tag going on. So.
And the other thing is, like, because the reason I turned this one into a shitpost is because it's all questions I've answered before. Like, there's only so many questions you can ask.
We're sorry, Apollo, but we need more. We should do a reverse tag where we don't answer the question.
We should do a shitposting tag.
Anyways, today we're just going to be doing a chill cast. We're going to be talking about a few things going on in the community. We can just title it, I guess, Community Cast 2.0. Make it all nice and fresh. Get a nice thumbnail going.
We also got
still looking
top
for.
10. We also got the top 10 best-selling manga.
I guess you can talk about that.
Top 10 what?
Top 10 manga, best-selling manga this year. I guess it was recorded by an anonymous poll that we have no idea whether or not it's confirmed, but it seems pretty accurate. We got One Piece up at the top. All the hype going on behind One Piece. I still can't believe that the lead with One Piece is just so great.
I know.
That's just like a...
If One Piece wasn't there, like, the industry would be in the shits.
I mean, honestly. And the funniest thing ever, too, is when I was originally following, like, the monthly polls for these best-selling manga of all time. I mean, Dragon Ball Super was up there for quite some time.
Oh, God.
I guess One Piece sort of regained its title and throne since then, of course, with it being the best-selling for this year.
Dragon Ball Super.
There are
like,
some series that I question, but
Dragon Ball Super also has a pretty slow release for the manga, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's 1 month.
Right. Yeah.
Here, well, actually no, not here, but like the chapters come out every month over in Japan, and then the volumes seem to like come out every year here. So, Volume 3 probably won't be coming out until next year. So,
I'm not complaining about that though.
I mean, the manga is its own sort of work. It's different than the anime, so I've been following it, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, we're just going to go run down the list. We already said that One Piece was at the top. We got Shingeki no Kyojin.
Attack on
Titan. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of Attack on Titan, so...
Loser.
It's all,
well, the thing about Attack on Titan is the story, no doubt, is I mean, it's a solid story. I've seen the 2 seasons of the anime, but I've never gotten far in the manga because the art is not exactly...
Oh, yeah.
Great. It makes it harder because there's so many different series that I want to get.
Yeah.
And so you have to factor in how good the story is, but also how good the art is, because the art actually does make it, it makes you want to buy it more if it has good art in it, right? Like I would take a volume of One Punch Man over Attack on Titan any day.
Yeah. And as someone who's read all 99 chapters of the manga so far, like the art at first is really bad. Like it sucks, and especially compared to the anime, because the anime has some of the best animation ever. But I will the art in the manga does get significantly better over time, but it does take a while, and it's still not amazing. But I will say that the story in the manga the past couple years, I guess, has been the stuff that hasn't been in the anime has been really, really good. So I think that's why it's still selling so well, because the story... Because recently, last year, all the big reveals happened, and since then, now it's sort of cluing up in its final arc. So I think it's definitely going to stay on top for a while. I was
going to say, it should be approaching its ending here pretty soon. It's hard to believe that it's even still going on.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, it was originally supposed to be 20 volumes, I think, and now it's probably going to end around, like, 26 or something.
But yeah, I actually, I actually want to start collecting Attack on Titan simply because of the cover of 22, which was the ocean.
Oh yeah,
that is a gorgeous cover.
It is nice, yeah.
So
well, don't forget to get the Master Edition, sponsored by Kodansha Comics.
They're called the Colossal Editions.
Oh, sorry,
right.
Colossal
That's Fairy Tail.
Editions.
You've been getting yourself
the same shit.
Fairy Tail.
I mean, they might as well be thrown in the same boat. Anyways. Well, no, I haven't given Attack on Titan fair treatment. I'm sure it's probably a dissatisfaction, or never mind, fuck English. Anyways, it's probably a disservice to be comparing Fairy Tail to Attack on Titan, so
a little bit,
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, Going down the list again, we have Kingdom, which is probably a manga that we'll never get over here because it's like a long-running series that is like 80-plus volumes or some shit.
I don't think it's that long. It's like 40 volumes. It's not that long.
I mean, even then, I don't know how long it would take for it to be printed over here in the States.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, and like it's like people say it's good, but I've never. Oh yeah, 50 volumes. I mean, it's just so big, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems interesting. I know it's a seinen series, and if it were to be picked up by anyone, my guess would be probably Dark Horse would pick it up, but who knows? It's not a shonen series, is it?
Let me do a quick check. Is a yeah, it's seinen, like a historical.
I don't even know what magazine it's really printed in though. Probably Weekly Seinen or some shit.
Weekly Young Jump.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, that's really all I got to say about Kingdom. Not really anything. Not really any of us here know much about it, other than it's
Vinland
pretty
Saga's
popular.
Probably better anyway.
Anyways, Boku no Hero Academia. Again, another series I've never read. Probably never will. Good. But it's good.
Neptune,
so you know.
Neptune, have you read My Hero yet?
I have read up to what they have in print. I was going to read what they have online, and I looked it up on current because I'm always on my phone. It's much easier to watch anime and read manga on your phone because you always have it with you, and it's small, it's portable. And so I was going to read it on the Crunchyroll manga app, and of course they don't have it, so I just gotta find it somewhere else, and that made me.
I mean, if you want to pay for the Viz Shonen Jump, then you can get it. The new chapters there, but
another monthly subscription.
Dude,
fuck monthly subscriptions. They're so stupid.
Because people actually bought those magazines here.
I just want to buy something and have it. I don't like monthly subscriptions.
I will say though, My Hero being this high on the list is fully justified because it is phenomenal. It is so
From what
good.
I've read, like the end of Volume 9 was fucking fantastic.
You don't even know, okay? You don't even know what's about to happen.
Just itching in anticipation to get there.
It gets fucking ridiculous. And
my response to this list: why isn't Kaneko Man on here? That's all I gotta say.
Okay, why isn't Ultimate Muscle on there?
That's the same thing.
Ultimate Muscle. Boku no Hero Academia copied Ultimate Muscle. It's been proven.
But let's be real, everything copied Ultimate Muscle.
All right, let's be honest here. Even One Piece copied Ultimate Muscle.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But I've never been into like the superhero genre, like Marvel and DC. I always enjoyed watching the movies and stuff, but I never got into comics and things like that. And the same with My Hero Academia. I was never too crazy about it because it was superheroes. I was never too fond of it for no particular reason. I just didn't really like it as much as other things. Right. And so when Volume 9 came out, and when I read Volume 9, that's when I really started to love this series as much as probably as much as Skier does.
It took 9 volumes for you to love the series, though?
Well, because the series was solid throughout, but it didn't really...
Yeah. Like, I will say, like, the first couple volumes are pretty good. Then, like, the Sports Festival is just really great tournament arc. And then after that, it's like, oh, shit, this series means business.
And how long would you say that tournament arc lasts? Like,
the tournament arc was fantastic. That had to be one of my favorite parts early on.
It's like maybe 2 or 3 volumes.
Tournament arc with 2 volumes? Come on now, Shonen.
Shut up.
I mean, come on. Some of the greatest fucking Shaman King had like a tournament arc that was at least 10 volumes long.
But man,
gotta step it up. Gotta step it up, Shonen. You gotta. One Piece needs a tournament arc. Needs a Foxy Pirate arc part 2. We need some. We need a rematch. We need something.
We need to get Carrot in there.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
I want to read One Piece for the sole fact of just seeing who the fuck Carrot is.
It's gonna take you a long time.
It's gonna be about 80 plus chapters.
I'm pretty sure because I looked this up when I made my theory, or when Matt Pat made my theory video. But I think her first appearance is in chapter 802 or something. So, good luck.
Anyways, we gotta let's continue down this list. And before I get off topic here, a really funny thing that most people who are against shonen and saying that shonen battle mangas are dying, take a look at this list and tell me that shonen battle manga is dying, because
Apollo.
half of the shit on this list is shonen battle manga series. I think there's like maybe 2 or 3 seinen series on here, other than Kingdom
Honestly,
and Attack
I
on
think,
Titan and then Tokyo Ghoul. So
I think if anything, shonen manga is going strong.
Carrying,
I wouldn't say it's growing.
carrying the industry. Let's be real.
Right.
It
I
really
wouldn't say
is.
it's growing. The
One Piece.
shonen genre isn't really growing, but I think it's sturdy. And with new series coming out like Atsushi Okubo's Fire Force, that's a solid series. Love
and
that.
Like people are saying, oh, new shonen series are bad. I'm like, well, no, there's always been bad shonen series. People just forget about the bad ones. But
like
anyway.
Barrage. Oops.
God. Tokyo Ghoul Re.
Yeah, no, another series I've never read or touched or bothered with, but
I have
has a
2
huge fan
volumes
following.
of Tokyo Ghoul.
I have read the original Tokyo Ghoul series, which didn't really have an ending. I don't even know why they were split into 2 series. It's sort of just like, oh, to be continued in Tokyo Ghoul Re. I'm like, what? Why?
Money.
Yeah.
That's the big reason.
But yeah, and I think I'm just gonna wait for it to end, because some people say that it's almost over. I'm not sure, but I'll probably just wait for it to end.
Well, it seemed to have worked, because I mean, shit, over 5 million copies. I mean, that's
and I mean,
that's
like,
a testament.
Tokyo Ghoul was good. I don't really think it's like as good as people say it is, but I enjoyed it, and I hear Re is great too. So
one of these days I might check it out. It seems interesting, but
I think the reason why I haven't bought it yet is because, or all of it yet, is because it's so expensive. You know, they're super nice. I gotta say, they give you what you pay for. They're super nice volumes, but that still doesn't make me say, oh, this is a justified purchase, because, you know, I still have to have a lot of money in order to buy a couple of volumes.
I can get a JoJonium volume, which is 10 times better quality, but, you know, for about the same price.
And like, it's not even.
It's not for me. It's not even about quality. It's about quantity. Like, if I can get a decent looking, like, you know, decent to me is like, you know, a regular Viz volume. If I can get that for half the price of like a JoJonium volume, I'm gonna buy that, because, you know, it'll be faster to finish series that way.
No, I'm with Viz having a pretty large track record of releasing 3-in-1s and basically omnibuses. I wouldn't be surprised if Tokyo Ghoul in the next like maybe 2 or 3 years gets a 3-in-1. So
please,
for sure,
just sit on it for now, and then, you know, if
they're doing
20th
Century Boys.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
In Vizbigs or 3-in-1s?
No, they're doing like perfect editions, like they did with Monster.
Okay.
So nice kind of hardcover, you know.
Well, they aren't hardcovers, but they're nice.
Oh. Well. I mean, I guess they're not like Monster then, but.
Well, no, Monster was paperback though, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
I could have sworn they're hardcovers.
No, Monster was paperback, but it was a bit thicker than.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like good, high quality paperback.
Well.
Anyway, Haikyuu.
Yes. Haikyuu, another. I mean, I'm not a big fan of. I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse, because the only fucking thing I actually really like on this list is One Piece. So I don't know.
Well, I gotta say, Haikyuu for me, I love volleyball. It's one of my favorite sports.
Oh well.
Just because I don't know, it's a lot of fun to play. Honestly, it's
I
something
mean, that's
that,
the thing. Like it's. I guess it's not for everyone. It's just for people who like sports. But
right,
you know, personally,
I think that when it gets to the games, like I have I think 13 volumes or so of Haikyuu. Once it actually gets to when they start playing, that's when it really picks up, because there is a lot of dialogue in there. So if you're not heavy on dialogue, which means you're probably a shonen fan, if you're not heavy on dialogue, then this series probably isn't for you, even though it is shonen.
Right.
It does get excellent in the volleyball matches, and they're super entertaining. But leading up to it, there is quite a bit of dialogue, and it'll take you probably close to 2 times the amount of time you would take to read like a One Punch Man volume.
Right. I just looked up. I didn't know it's almost at 30 volumes now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you read it all?
Volleyball manga at 30 volumes, rip.
Have you read it all, Neptune?
I have not. I've seen all of the anime, which adapted, I think it was 27 volumes.
Oh wow, so that's most of it.
Yeah, so like I was looking up why they haven't had a 4th season yet, despite its major success, and it's because like
Caught up.
yeah, like when they
Apparently
finished
a lot of
releasing
people-
the 3rd season, it had caught up to the manga, and so it was probably going to be a while before they released more.
It seems like a lot of people in Japan love their volleyball as well. So
I guess so, yeah.
Like I wonder
Just
how long
as much
this,
as basketball.
I wonder how long the series will go on for, like until they graduate or something, or
till
who knows?
it doesn't make money.
Well,
Yeah.
basically, the seniors in the series, the seniors decided to play for one last season, which is when they go to nationals, or they're aiming for nationals. And so they're probably going to end the series either when they lose, or when they finally win nationals, which hopefully it's the latter, but you never know.
Yep. Anyways, that's Haikyuu. Go read it, I
no
guess.
Taizai.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck me.
7
yes.
Deadly Sins. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, I have not read the manga for this. I have seen 9 episodes in the anime, which I found it to be entertaining, actually. While I did find quite a few flaws, I honestly don't care for Melodious's pervy, like, character type. I don't really like that. I don't like that in any character. It doesn't add personality to me.
Accent.
It just adds a bunch of weirdness, you know?
Nobuhiro Watsuki.
Like, Nobuhiro Watsuki, that shit. Like, it's just, no.
Yeah.
Shit series. Moving on.
Oof.
Yeah, like
One
how much
Punch
I
Man,
read-
a series that I've actually read and
Hold
can
up,
actually
hold up.
talk
We're
about.
not done with 7 Deadly Sins. Calm
Oh
down.
my god, fuck that series. We need to move on.
I read like 5 volumes. Everyone knows I bodied it the other day. Like, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever read. It was just like, ugh.
By the
why?
way, I watched your video on that, and I am so glad you brought up the point with, like, the general or the girl who, like, basically killed herself to get into the realm of the dead or some shit, whatever that was. I'm glad you brought that up,
stupid.
because when I watched that, I was so damn confused. I was like,
know.
you half killed yourself.
Yeah.
What
and
the
they
fuck?
They never explain what she did. It's like,
Right.
I'm just
There's
gonna
there's
pierce
some
my
Soul
heart.
Reaper shit going on in this manga too.
She
Oh my
fucking
God.
pierced her heart with her hand, which is pretty
And-
badass. But then like she survived, which made
And,
it like it made it some fairy tale shit, and that just made me
Yeah,
like,
and so I'm just so confused as to why it's so popular, because I know, like, not too long ago it was like number 2 on this list or something. I'm like, what is in
Right.
this series that makes people love it so much? Because obviously, I don't know, I can't see it. Like, Jesus.
yeah. It honestly, some parts of it remind me of fairy tale, and that's disturbing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's very disturbing.
Mm.
Like that's not a good sign. You need to fix whatever the fuck you did. That's not a good sign.
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, most shonen manga they draw inspiration from a lot of other series, so
Mm.
of
Yeah.
course,
This next one.
not super closely, like fucking 7 Deadly Sins, which I really don't want to read another fairy tale if that's the case. So, yep, not even gonna bother touching that piece of shit. Anyways, One Punch Man.
Punch Man.
Series that I have read and actually do enjoy, but I do not own.
Oh, I
quite
have
good.
all the volumes. Oh my goodness.
It's sort of a series where I read, like, I got kind of burned out on it. Like, I got kind of tired of, like, the whole gag aspect of it and just sort of set it down and haven't touched it since then. I've read up to volume
it's
8,
not
though,
really a-
so...
Yeah, it's not really a series that I like to binge read. It's, one I'll read the new volume when it comes out and enjoy it. But
small quantity kind of thing. Yeah.
Cause like the gag stuff is really funny, but it's like, but you can only take so much of it before you're like, he kills
Yeah.
people with one punch.
Yeah, because in the anime, actually, if you compare the anime to the manga, the anime adapts significantly less. Like, they only adapted a couple of gag stories, and then they adapted, that big thing where they had
The big
the
stuff.
dude with the big spaceship come in, and that,
Which
that was
was
all
great.
they adapted. Right,
Which
that
was
was
great.
fantastic.
That was pretty funny.
Like
So,
I love because I just
the
love like,
gags are much longer, and there are much more of them in the manga. So if you can't really take all the gags in the anime, you're not gonna be able to read the manga.
right, and I just love like all the build up. They like spend so much time building up all the villains, and then he just one punches them. It's great.
I know. And
It's
this
the
was another
characters too
series-
around, I guess. Other than Saitama, of course, the multiple other characters in the series are all pretty great, interesting in their own
yeah.
right. So, I don't know. One Punch Man is still on this list. I remember years ago it was probably way higher than this. Like, I'm talking probably about 2013, 2014. It was probably at least in top 5. So
it doesn't get released very often, does it? Though.
Right.
Well, it used
that's
to be
probably
released.
why.
Remember that one year it was on like there was like a volume every month or something like that. I don't know. That was like a while ago though.
I think that's probably because they were trying to catch up with Japan, but they kind of burned themselves out way too quickly.
And around that time, that was like when the series was really at its pinnacle. So.
And this is another thing where, like, you know, it was superheroes, right? And I was never too interested. But when I picked up the manga, I fell in love with it because the art is incredible.
Ultimate muscle.
Although, although I have to say, one thing that pissed me off is like when they have a full page drawn, right? So it's spanned across 2 pages, and they fucking cut it off. Like they had one drawing of like Saitama's face and this really funny, like, emote, and it was like split by the fucking crease in the book.
Oh yeah, like I always hate when that happens in like double page spreads.
Right,
When like
I hate
you
it.
can't see what's in the middle because of the book.
No, it's so fucking bad.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Like online, it's fine. It's like, whoa, look at this. This is cool. Oh man, I know there's like one time in there was like a scene in like Attack on Titan early on where like inside the crease, like he hid like a little weird character thing that had nothing to do with the series, and it was just there, but you had to like look in the crease to see it. But yeah. Anyway, Shokugeki no Soma.
Moving on. Anyways. No, I mean, I'm not a big Food War fan, so I don't know if anyone here can talk about it.
I haven't read the manga, but I have seen the anime. I've seen all of the second. I've seen up to the 2nd season and then like half of the 3rd, and so I know what goes on. And God, I love this series. Like it's so good. It's definitely better in anime form because I have seen some of the manga, and the food. The way they animate it, holy shit, it's so good.
The best parts are the food wars when they're
Right.
you know battling for food and like the people's crazy reactions when they eat the shit. Like for me, I've seen the 1st season of the anime and then I've read the manga up to I think where the 2nd season ends, at like the big tournament thing.
Right.
And for me, you know, it's pretty enjoyable. Like I don't really care about the characters all that much. I think they're just kind of alright, but I do read it for the battles, and it's pretty entertaining. But
Food and fan service. Who could ask for a better series?
I wish I could buy the series, honestly, but I feel like if I put it on my shelf, and my mom was like, "I'm gonna help you pack for college," and then like takes fucking Food Wars off the shelf. Oh my god, that'd be an interesting conversation.
Why don't you buy Prison School and then come back to me with that one? Anyways,
what your mom would say if she found that you were talking to us.
Rip. Anyways, last but definitely least, Maggie.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Maggie.
Did you say
the
Maggie?
Labyrinth of
Maggie.
Magic.
It doesn't deserve to have a proper introduction. Sucks that
fuck
bad.
off,
Maggie.
Shaman, you see, he hasn't even read Maggie. He just
I've not read it either.
It is copyrighted material. Disney would sue the fuck out of this mangaka. Aladdin 2, anybody? No? Okay.
It's not, it barely has anything to do with the Disney film.
Well, to be fair, there's like, no, I was gonna say like there's a bunch of like Disney shit, but like that's they partnered with Disney to make a manga like the fucking Lilo and Stitch manga.
Oh no, that's another topic for another fucking day. The Tokyo Pop Disney manga. Oh. I get shudders. I get shudders just thinking about it.
List. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch is actually number 11 on this list.
Oh yeah,
very popular. But no,
followed by Berserk underneath that.
I love Magi. I love Magi so much, and I'm surprised because you see, if you didn't know, they sort of fucked Magi over in the end. It got like a super rushed ending, which is surprising because it seems to be doing very well for itself. So I don't know why they pulled the plug early, but.
Well, it's a nice, short, and sweet series. Well, for some, not for me.
37 volumes, but
yeah, 37 for a shonen isn't like really long at all.
But yeah, no, I think like I really liked the final arc. Like while it was rushed, it wasn't like Bleach like ending out of nowhere. It was more like it was going to end, but then they just sort of sped it along. But
yeah. Well, I mean, unlike with Bleach, though, we knew it was ending. It was just when. It just sort of got rushed towards the end, and then had a really bad ending.
I might give it a read, though. I might give it a read.
What?
Because, like,
Maggie or Bleach?
Yeah, I might read it online first and see how it goes.
Oh, it's excellent. Like it's one of my favorite series. It's so well done.
Yeah, I've heard. Like I've heard a lot of people saying that it's their favorite series. Shaman's like one of the very few people who I hear saying like, "Oh, it's shit."
Yeah, but he hasn't read it.
Right.
I can read one chapter and say that I probably will not like it.
That's like saying you can watch that's like saying you can watch a minute of a football
I have this power,
game and predict who
Neptune.
wins.
I have this power in my brain that I can tell whether or not a series is going to be shit or not. And my alarms were going off when I first laid eyes on Magi. So that is my justification for why I will never touch Magi and probably plan to never touch it. Oh well.
Damn.
Well,
sad day.
You go.
Anyways, coming in at number 11 on the list, we have Hunter x Hunter, which is not there because Hunter x Hunter is not selling well at all because the fucking mangaka just feels the need to not touch the series at all.
One volume comes out a year.
Yeah.
But it is coming back in January. Let's go.
They say 18 chapters. I think that's bullshit. I think probably less than that, and if not half of those chapters will actually be released. Probably about 12 or 14 chapters, I will say, will come out next year.
Well, I don't know. You see, the last 2 times he came back, he wrote enough for 1 volume. So I feel like he's like, okay, I need a new big paycheck. Let me write 10 chapters, get a volume out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Hunter x Hunter is a series I've neglected. I want to get it, and I've read the first 5 volumes, and I enjoyed it. Just
I've seen the anime, and I really loved it. But the thing, I'm just not motivated to get the manga because not only is the art pretty bad, but like it'll just never end.
Well, like T-Dog was saying the other day, he was basically saying that the art really doesn't get bad up until like volume 32. So,
but it's still much better in the anime either way.
Oh, of course it is.
I've seen
they put
screenshots of him doing an amazing job.
They put the concept of the anime in good animators' hands. So honestly, if you do that with any show, you can make anything really look nice. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, but the story of Hunter x Hunter, which to me is the biggest draw of any manga series, if the story is really good enough, I can ignore really bad art.
Right.
And I mean, that's sort of the thing with Seven Deadly Sins. If it had a good story, which it doesn't, I could definitely see giving it a try or, reading maybe the first couple of volumes. But between the artwork and from what I've heard of the story, I have no interest in it. It's just sort of a major drawback for me. So.
Like, I don't think like the art in general is bad. It's just the character designs. They look, oh god.
Just like everyone looks like an animal, or they have like a fucking pig nose. Like I don't get that.
They look like a fucking clay doll.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's pretty weird. Anyway, so that's the list for the top 10 best-selling manga. One Piece blew everything out of the water as usual because it's the greatest shonen of all time, and will probably continue to be the greatest of all time, unless Boku no Hero Academia gets really good, which I don't know.
Well, it's already better than One Piece, but
what?
Yeah, it is.
No.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is.
Those are some
pretty big words, Gear.
Magi is also better than One Piece.
I would say One Piece is definitely more original than Magi. But anyways,
One Piece.
Oh my god. Anyway. So how about that Black Clover? You guys keeping up with that?
Oh my god.
No, fuck that shit. I saw the first episode of the anime and I wanted to kill myself because
apparently, like, they're doing like giving it the 12-episode season, but apparently they're like giving it like the Naruto type filler. Like they've only adapted a few chapters so far.
Why?
Like,
whoa, who's crying in the background? Is that you, Neptune?
Tis my sister.
Oh.
Well, I guess it was reading Magi and just,
She heard Asta's voice.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's on like episode 10 now or something, and they've only adapted like a couple chapters. I'm like, come on, you're really gonna make the manga worse? Like, seriously?
I don't know what it is, but I think they're trying to pull another Naruto, basically.
No, but like,
just
is
treat
it
their main
confirmed?
protagonist.
I know, but like, is it gonna get more seasons? Like, is it gonna stop after 12 episodes and come back a year later? Because
Depends on the popularity.
I
like,
don't think
if
so.
which it's so weird, because like My Hero Academia, they do like seasonal and like a normal show where they'll have like 12, 24 episodes and then take a break for a year, and it works really well because the pacing in that show is excellent. But
I mean, I don't think Black Clover is popular enough to really adapt a full series of
Yeah.
anime episodes.
yeah, I'm
Like,
interested. I'm
you have
interested
to-
to see the full version of the top list, because where they do like top 30 or something. I want to see what Black Clover is on that.
Oh, it's probably relatively high. I would say it's probably in the top 20 at least, because from what
Probably.
I've heard, a lot of people have seen the anime, and people who like the story actually enjoy it. So I don't
I'm also
know.
interested to see.
Honestly,
interested to see
the
what a
main
fairy tale
reason I
is.
dropped it was because of Asta. Like, he is the
Oh, he's
worst
such a
main
bad
character.
main character.
Like,
Like,
why
there's-
couldn't they follow the other dude? What's his name? Like, I don't know.
You know.
You know, why couldn't they follow him? Because he's like, he's a cool, calm, collected. He's, you know, yeah, he's like super strong and he's supposed to be like a Sasuke for Asta, but like, why did they have to make Asta so annoying?
God, I know.
Believe
it's
it.
bad. That's the thing. The thing I like about My Hero Academia, it's like they take sort of the tropes with like your Naruto's and your Sasuke's, and then they just like fuck with them and flip them around.
Speaking of Naruto, I am so happy that Boruto is not on this list. Like,
Imagine.
you do not want to know
Boruto.
how much I hate and despise that series. Like it.
I honestly, I don't know a thing about Boruto. I've just like stayed completely clear of it.
Regardless of like I've read the first volume, and I have to say it is everything that JB Manga did not say was good about it. I think JB actually likes it. I really hope not, but yeah, Boruto. Naruto is something that should have ended a long time ago, and it should just remain as it is now, ended. But
I think that's
nope.
one of the worst things to do to a series is to extend it just because you want some more money. If you want some more money, you make a new series and then you slap your name on it, because if everyone likes that series, they're gonna go try it out.
See, Kishimoto doesn't even really have too much direct involvement with
Yeah.
it. It's basically
I know.
handed it to somebody else, and he's like, "Here you go. Here's all my assets, and here's a script. Have fun with it." Like,
Yeah.
it's basically like I can say Naruto is over, and of course, if you're with a hardcore fan and you're like, "Oh yeah, Naruto ended," no, it didn't. Boruto is still going. And I'm like, no, Naruto ended at volume 72, which is the final volume. So that's
And what I don't get
I
about
really don't know if I'll ever get
what I
it.
don't get about extending series like this, it's like as much of a clusterfuck as it was. Like the war arc had some crazy shit happening. They were fighting like gods or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how do you one up that? Like, how do you and it's like Naruto ends, it's like era of peace, and then but then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, more villains. But I'm like, but Naruto is like a god. How are you gonna do this? It's
you
just
basically devolve him. You make him weaker. You kill him off. You
that's such
do
bullshit.
some stupid thing like with GT where
God.
they made Goku a kid. I don't know.
There's always a bigger fish.
Anyways, yeah, no. So that's enough of Naruto talk. We have all that shit in the
They
Naruto
won't even get
podcast.
that reference.
Yep.
Here's another question: when will the Part 5 anime be confirmed?
Probably never, because what's it called? Are working on another anime.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Part 5 of what? Naruto?
JoJo. Oh
JoJo.
God, no! I couldn't imagine Part
Naruto
5.
Part
Boruto,
5.
the
That's
extra
Naruto.
extra next generation. Like it's Boruto's like third cousin or some shit. Yeah, no, we're not dealing with that. But yeah, no, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, Golden Win.
I feel like so much of it would be really hard to animate too.
I
Like the
think
scene
Part
in the-
5 anime would do the manga justice, because a lot of
yeah.
those fights would
Like,
look really nice animated. So
They would, but they would also take a lot of time to animate too, and a lot of resources.
Mhm.
Like
is
this,
JoJo
like the,
on Crunchyroll? Like the manga?
yeah.
or not the
Or
manga.
well, the anime is, but I don't know about the manga.
I know
Just buy the JoJo.
Diamond
names.
is Unbreakable is on, like, the anime. The anime for it is on Crunchyroll. I know that.
all
but
of
they don't
all
have...
of the anime is on Crunchyroll.
Is it? I remember looking it up and I didn't find... I only found Diamond is Unbreakable.
No, they have They have like Diamond is Unbreakable advertised because it's the newest, but they have like all of it. They have all 4 parts.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. Part 5, I think, will probably come out as late as the summer of next year, maybe spring. I mean, like I said, the company that was behind the Diamond is Unbreakable, what is it called? Something Studios, or what are they called?
Whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, the company that made Diamond is Unbreakable, they're working on another anime at the moment, and from what I've heard, it's pretty mediocre, and people are just asking for Part 5, so... yeah, I don't know. We might see it sometime next year, maybe in spring, latest summer. So we'll see.
That would be cool. Now, have you guys seen the trailer for the new anime movie, Batman Ninja?
Yeah, it looks very reminiscent to the really bad Berserk anime that just came out not too long ago. I mean, the concept again sounds really cool. Just
please inform me.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're making a Batman anime called Batman Ninja. Very subtle. It's basically Batman and the Joker are samurais and they're fighting and whatever. But,
wait, I think I saw something about that on Twitter or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's all done in that weird anime like CG.
It's
stuff.
CG.
No,
it's basically it's cheap. So I'm assuming that the company that came up with the idea, which whether it be DC or someone else, probably proposed they proposed the idea and decided to have the cheapest budget known to man, and instead of doing traditional animation, it's just all done cheaply.
If it's not in a JoJo opening, then it's probably gonna look bad.
Yep.
Like, oh my god, there's this
Love Live, it's gonna look bad.
Neptune, you probably know what I'm talking about, but the scene in the second season of Attack on Titan when they reveal who the Colossal Titan is,
right?
And the Colossal Titan is all CG. And it's the only thing in the show, and it looks so bad. It's like the one, like it was such a good scene.
Remember the opening?
What in the opening?
The opening of the second season, they had the Colossal Titan, and he swung his arm and shit, and the CG for it was god awful.
Oh yeah, like why? Like he looked fine in the first. I mean, I get it. It's to save time and it's cheaper because they put so much work into Attack on Titan. But like, God. I really hope they do that, man. In season 3, when they adapt the Return to the Basement arc, like if they do all like that shit was so good in the manga. If they use CG for that, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, CG is just honestly the cheapest way to animate anything, and it like if it's used in very small quantities and it works and it looks nice, then I can see it being a viable asset to use towards an anime. But if you just excessively use it and that's all the anime is in CG, and Berserk is the perfect example of this, it does not work, and it definitely just ruins the immersion with the anime itself. It kills it for me. So
it just doesn't like 3D models just don't match the style, right?
Yeah.
Right, but when you think of shows like for example, one show that I've been getting into recently is Love Live, and they use CG for some of the performances, but they take parts of it, they use parts of it for CG, and parts of it is pure animation, because to make that shit all animation is expensive as fuck, because there's 12 different performances in the whole 2-season span, and so they can't afford that shit. But idols are extremely popular in Japan, so of course they got a ton of support, and they were actually able to get it out at that same quality.
And I'm sure the Berserk anime would have been great if it had funding behind it, but I bet the studio said this, and they would make more money in the long run if they just gave it to a cheap anime studio and had them do the stupid 3D animation with CG, and basically they'd turn over a profit, and because people still watch it, so
and like a lot of places blend 2D and 3D well, so you don't even notice that parts are in 3D, and it's not just anime. I know in Tarzan, those scenes where he's swinging through the vines and stuff, that would have been too crazy for them to animate all in 2D, draw each frame, so they actually had a 3D background and him just Tarzan sliding through. So they do that a lot, but yeah,
but it fits in. It doesn't take you out of the immersion, because unlike Berserk, where it does, that doesn't leave,
Or
you
like-
know, you still...
Or like Attack on Titan, where everything is clearly 2D, and then all of a sudden there's just this bad CG model.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
hey.
like you can use CG in an anime. It's not
Yeah.
like
Oh, no,
contraband.
I'm
It's
not
like-
saying that at all. I'm just
It's not
saying...
sacrilegious to use CG, but you just have to use it right. There's a way to
The point
use
I'm
it.
trying to say is basically that if it takes you out of the immersion of the anime itself, then it's not
yeah.
good. So if it sticks out like a sore
sure,
thumb,
for sure.
it's not for me. So
And like
Yeah,
when
I
I saw the Batman trailer, I'm like, okay, this actually doesn't look too bad. Like they got a lot of cool shots here, but then like showed close up on the Joker's face and his like hair looking like a PS1 game. I'm like, oh no.
yeah, no, I'm reluctant to see that. And the last animated Batman movie did pretty badly. So
Oh
like I said, I don't know. So we'll check it out and see. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, going through so we've covered our basis. We covered the top 10 lists for best-selling manga this year. We talked about a little bit about Hunter x Hunter. Talked a little bit about
We're gonna
just
call
the
people out
industry
now?
itself. Let's talk about our channels. What video ideas are we working on? Anything that we're doing new?
First, we should call some people out. I'd like to call out Insidious Sweet Gaming, who hasn't uploaded a new video in almost 3 weeks. I want to see
Oh, Yep.
how his
I agree.
Minecraft goes.
Oh yeah.
I would also like to call out my feeder channel, Neptune Plays Roblox, for not
right.
uploading.
Wait, what?
Quite a while.
Oh yeah, your Roblox channel.
Yeah, you need to update that
Yeah,
more.
you need
I
to
know,
start.
I know.
We need a part 2 to your girlfriend video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to know like how you met in the first
Mhm.
place.
Yeah. Did you guys do any?
I am happy to report though that we have worked things out and things.
Did you guys meet on
going
AOL
well.
after, by any means? Like, did you guys like do voice chat? You know.
Neptune's probably too young to know what AOL is.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I keep. Wait, do you actually know what AOL is, Neptune?
AOL. I should know what it is. No.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that, guys. Anyways,
Oh.
moving on.
Don't expose.
Yeah,
my
I
innocence,
don't know.
goddammit.
Honestly, I've been thinking about videos, but it seems like all I can really do, because the videos, like, I would be such a great writer, but with the quality and stuff that I have to work with, I literally have a really crappy tripod with my iPhone filming my videos, so...
Do you know how game theory started? Matt Pat, he didn't have anything.
He had a
okay?
closet. That's what.
Yeah,
used.
he would record the videos in his closet. He would animate things using Microsoft Paint. So yeah, you don't even.
I mean, even that quality sounds 10 times better than half the things I put out on my channel, so it's alright. I mean, like, I want to do...
I have resulted to.
I want to do, like, cringy
like, I don't know
skits
why.
and stuff like that, but it's like they also take...
That's my thing.
They take effort, and I don't know if they're going to stick. That's the thing. It's like, if you want a good joke to stick and, like, make sense to everybody and it not be funny... Because I've said things that are funny, and they end up not being funny to other people, and I've said things that aren't supposed to be
Right.
funny, but they end up being funny anyway. So... It's really
So you have to
hard.
use sarcasm
It's hard being
all the
it's hard
time.
being a comedian as well, because like if you want to like engage your audience into your videos
Yeah.
and do something funny and exciting and fresh and new, unlike the basic manga hauls where you have the clear eyes guy in front of the camera basically, this is One Piece Volume 1. It's a good series. I can't wait to collect more. Like,
Man.
I don't want to be that guy. I want to be something a
Yeah.
little bit better than that. And that, you know, Gear, I give
That's
credit
the-
to your channel because you at least attempt to make a joke, even if it's
Yeah.
not funny. Most of the time it is, but sometimes it's not. And it's still, you make an effort to engage your audience, which is what I want to do. And so when I want to...
And like I'm sort of moving away. Like I do make a lot of standard like haul videos, collection videos. And I'm trying to move away because like I don't know if you've seen my recent haul video. I tried to do more crazy stuff with that just because I know there's so many of them and they're all the same. I kind of just like let's have an explosion or some shit.
I don't know. Just wake the audience up and get a fresh new look on everything.
Like I want to do something. I won't say anything yet, but I want to do something crazier for my collection and videos and all the other
Fair
my
enough.
top 10 video. Which
Honestly, you need to make more parody videos because that one of Misty Cronexia was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Just you perfectly got the fucking animation style. That's I think that was the icing on the cake.
And it's so weird, like the doing like the Misty and Chibi reviews and all those, like they really opened me up to just how little effort some of these guys actually put into their videos. Because it took me, like, I used to think, oh wow, Misty's got like a bunch of crazy stuff going on. But after I spent a couple hours, I'm like, oh, well, I just made one of his videos, and it didn't take me very long. And he does it for his full-time job.
No, even Matt Pat's video, the quality kind of stepped down a little bit, but it was pretty true to his normal content stuff that he puts on his channel. So I was genuinely surprised with how well that video's flow was throughout watching it. So yeah.
The thing with Matt Pat, like people have pretty much been exposing him for like 2 years now, because he's because he used to make, I used to really like his videos, and he would focus on like the math and science stuff. But ever since like the Sans' Nest and like the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, he started like pandering to a younger audience, and he would move away from like the math stuff and just go into more speculation, like shit that didn't even make any sense. Like he made the stupid Attack on Titan theory video, and he's like, yeah, so I'm gonna do a theory about what the Titans are, but I'm not gonna read the manga, even though it's already explained in the manga. So then like every comment is like, your theory's wrong because we read the manga. Like it's literally disproven. But he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna focus on the anime. I'm like, yeah, but the anime season 2 will come out. Oh, it was some bullshit. I can't remember. Something about... Oh, yeah, it was like the Titans in the wall, how they were like meant as like a defense mechanism from like... Yeah, it was dumb. It was bullshit.
Speculation in its finest.
Yeah, some of my favorite videos from Matt Pat are the ones that he did of Mario.
Is Mario communist?
Is Mario insane?
No, like how Mario is actually like a shitty dude, and how Bowser like just wants a mother for his son, and then how
like
Mario's such a dick to Luigi.
Like he used to make really interesting ones. Like I like the one where it's like, is Link dead in Majora's Mask? Like even if Nintendo disproves it, it's still a really cool theory because it makes a lot of sense. But now it's like Five Nights at Freddy's Part 7.
I think it was around that time when I stopped even following Matt Pat, because I just Five Nights is not something that I think a lot of people connect with very well.
It died too long ago. It really did die so long ago. I don't know why Scott Cawthon is still releasing
I know I'm going off on a tangent here.
It died around number 4.
Jump scares aren't scary. Like they're not. I don't understand how people get scared.
Not necessarily.
They might catch you off guard like the first time, but like it's just like, oh,
loud noises isn't something that should be combined with scary, because that to me is like the laziest way possible to make a horror game, is just to have jump scares throughout the entirety of the game.
I agree.
And I mean, I get like Five Nights at Freddy's, like there's still a lot of tension involved.
It's 6 games of jump scares. Like there's nothing new there to me. Like
I know, like that's the thing. Like at first it's like, oh, so you got this. There's like a lot of suspense here, and there's management and stuff. But but like once you play it once, it's like, oh, that was it. That was fun. But then it's just over and over and over again. Yeah. Like
stick to Silent Hill.
The thing is with jump scares and stuff, it has to do with. First of all, it has to do with the sound. Sound is very important. If people have sound in, they have decent headphones and they can actually hear things, and they're immersed into the game, it makes it much more scary whenever they jump onto the screen. Because I've played Five Nights at Freddy's without any sound, right? It wasn't scary at all when he came onto the screen.
Right. And like the thing, like I'm not a huge fan of jump scares, but I think they can be effective if they're used like very infrequently and like in the right way. Like I saw a Happy Death Day bullshit horror movie a couple months ago, and like all the jump scares, you could tell exactly when they were gonna happen, right? It's like, oh, build up, oh, then the fake out, and then turns around, oh, jump scare. But then you had like the It remake, which only had a few jump scares, but I thought they were... I
started watching that, and I almost was so close to finishing it, and then I had to go.
It's good shit.
Why?
But like there's a scene...
I was at a friend's house and we were watching it, and then we had to go.
I thought you meant like you left the theater or something. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh no! I was just.
Yeah, no. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I mean, like jump scares, like there is like maybe 1 or 2 that I can talk about that were like interesting for the time. Might be Cabin in the Woods. There was like that one little scream that happens when the title card comes up, and
That's
then
like-
like no one expects it to happen, then,
That's
and
amazing.
it like jump scares
love
you. I was
that.
like, that's clever. Okay, that I didn't expect,
That's
but
great.
like,
It's great. Like Neptune, have you seen that movie, Cabin in the Woods? Yeah. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh. Well, yeah. It's like the
I haven't
opening
seen
scene.
many.
The opening scene, it's just like two people talking and like nothing really happening, and then all of a sudden like the title comes up as a jump scare.
it's pretty
and
clever. It was clever. So, anyways,
Yeah.
but to me, jump scares are like,
But that's
are
also like a meme. That's also like
they're
a
like
parody
quick time
movie
events
anyway,
for
I mean.
me. Like in
It's great.
games, like quick time events are like lazy,
Okay, my
and they're
God.
just
Sonic Forces.
God of War. So many good games that have quick time events.
Well, I sort of like God of War's because it just like
It creates a cinematic
like how
feel,
would you even be?
but like at the same time, I'd rather
the
be
thing with God of
playing
War,
it
I mean,
than
like-
pressing a button still at the same time. So
Yeah, I know, but I also think you like when Kratos is jumping around on giant titans and slicing their eyes out. I'm like, how would you be able to control this and make it work? I mean,
Assassin's Creed,
yeah,
hopping from wall to wall, Shadow
It's
of the
just like holding
Colossus,
one
maybe.
mm,
That
Shadow
game
of the
definitely
Colossus.
immersed you
Yes.
in really climbing a colossal titan and being able to bring him down.
the PS2 models for the titans and the Colossus and Shadow of the Colossus look better than the Colossus Titan in Attack on Titan.
Confirmed.
So back onto the subject of jump scares, I recorded a video recently. It should be up in the next couple of days.
Slender Let's Play.
But basically,
Minecraft in 4K.
I played the Minecraft horror map. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, I was
Basically,
just
I
joking.
downloaded
Oh, no.
three. I downloaded three like weeb games on my phone,
Oh,
and I
God.
decided to play them. And it was basically supposed to be like a giant gag on like PewDiePie's like 5 weird stuff online. And I played this one game. It was genuinely terrifying. It was let's see, what was it called? It was like Can You Escape Love or something like that. And it looked like the reason I downloaded it
sounds
is
like a
because it
weeb
looked
game.
like Undertale. Like it looked like an Undertale animation. It basically looked like what's the name of the goat from the
Goat Simulator?
Toriel. It basically looked like
I don't play
Toriel,
Undertale, I'm
except
not a
like
loser.
a little bit different. It was basically like this demon sheep, right? And it was supposed to be like a member of the Zodiac. And when I played it, like having my headphones in and everything, the ambience behind it, like it made it so damn creepy because you were
spooky
bracing for
goats.
impact the whole time. And then like when you thought, it was over, they got you right then and there. And it was incredible for a mobile game. I'll say that. It was short, but it was incredible for a mobile game. And so
I don't know.
it's quick
it's tough with
advertisement.
the
Go
horror
check it out
genre.
on my channel.
Anyway, back to Undertale. Did you guys know Pat gave the Pope a copy of Undertale?
Well, I know the Pope got a
This is old news, my
the
dude.
Pope got a Ferrari.
No, but
not
it's
too
so
long
good.
ago.
No, did he really?
Yeah, I don't know. Horror games to me aren't very. It's been a while since I've
There
gotten
needs
really
to be more to them than just the scares.
like
right?
PT. I was so on board for. Like, oh my god, I was looking forward to that game. I mean, you take two quality creators like the dude from Silent Hill and then Hideo Kojima. Oof, that would have been an awesome game. But Konami,
Right.
you don't want to make
Death
games
Stranding
anymore.
instead.
Friday the
I think
13th.
I think
the
we're
game was
finally
pretty
going to see
solid.
Death Stranding gameplay at the Game Awards. I think it's finally time for that. See what that's all
I
about.
I still think we had about 2 more years before we get that game.
Oh yeah, I do think they'll show it. They'll definitely show us more because Kojima and Guillermo del Toro are going to be there. So I mean,
Well, we'll see. I'm looking forward
Jeff
to it
Keighley's gonna
regardless
nut his
because it looks
pants.
awesome. So.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been a while since really any sort of horror game immersed me as much. Like Resident Evil 7 was really good. I think that kind of brought back to the survival horror roots. But if we're talking like old school games, I mean, Silent Hill, original Resident Evil, Alone in the Dark, just so many
When I was a kid,
original horror games.
when I was a kid,
were great.
I used to be terrified of Super Mario 64 in Dire Docks, the level with the underwater level.
The
'Cause there's, like,
eel.
an Well, not that, because in Dire Docks there was like a stingray and a shark and everything.
Yeah, it's the
and
eel,
it's just
the
like,
big eel that's hiding in the hole and it pops out and
well, no,
tries to kill you.
that was in the other. That was in the other stage, because there's 2 water stages.
Oh.
The eel was in the first one, and then Dire Docks had like the shark and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And like you're just in this pool, and there's like all these sea creatures below you, and it used to scare the shit out of me.
No, well, I think what scared me the most was the haunted house level with the piano. Like, that thing was fucking creepy.
Oh, the piano. Oh.
Like, and the
fuck,
music
man.
just is like really creepy, and then all of a sudden that
Yeah.
happens, and the piano starts popping at you.
Neptune probably can't remember this. His first Mario game was Galaxy.
My,
Ugh.
my first Mario
even
game was
Sunshine?
actually Super Mario Bros. On the Wii.
Oh my god.
the
What?
first-
Ew.
Yeah, I know.
God.
You had a
That's
horrible
when I got into
introduction to
games. I was
Mario.
like 7 at the time.
Jesus.
You were around when the GameCube was around. How old are you?
Well, I was around when it was around, but I was like an infant.
Oh, well, jeez. I'm sorry.
Like, people are like, why have you not played these games? I'm like, because I was like in the fucking womb when that came out.
You kissed that womb with that mouth?
Oof.
Yeah, no, you need to get introduced to some quality Mario games. Don't get the Mario DS game, though. That's a piece of shit.
No, I
Which Mario
to be honest,
DS
I've
game?
The
always
64
hesitated.
remake that's like hailed as like one of
What?
the worst like Mario ports of all time. I see. I didn't
really
mind it,
don't
but like
understand.
people don't like the camera. Okay, so here's the argument: is that the camera is so dynamic in the N64 version that it takes it away when you play on the DS. That's the argument with that one. Which they're right, but I don't really have a problem with it. I played it just fine.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
really
me.
didn't have any problem with the DS version. Like, I don't know why people... And, like, I thought it was even... I used to think it was better because you had all the Yoshi and you had new stars and stuff.
Yeah, it was really cool being able to play as 3 additional characters. Didn't have Waluigi though.
I mean, Wario was useless, but the others were cool.
That it did. But the original Mario
What's everyone
64 is pretty
watching,
good too.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
What's everyone currently watching for like the seasonal anime?
We don't talk about anime here. On
Yeah,
the
we don't
Manga
talk
podcast.
about
We-
anime on the
Anime
Manga,
is
like-
We
crap.
talked about Black Clover.
Well, we
Well, no, we were
also
talking about
conjoined
the-
it with the manga, so to be fair.
But,
I've been reading
Also,
One Piece. I mean, lately One Piece has actually been really good, so
oh,
it was
yeah.
on a it
It
was
really
sort of on
picked
a
up.
little downhill spiral and then it sort of picked back up again. So once it does
Yeah,
have that
it's
pickup
been really
moment,
good.
I sort of just invest myself with it. So
Yeah. We're about to see Katakuri kill Luffy, and then Carrot will, of course,
yeah,
take his
well,
place.
definitely. You know, Katakuri is going to become the king of the pirates, so it's okay.
Watch that be accurate. Watch that actually legitimately happen, and you just be hailed as like a god in the manga
A
community.
prophet, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tell us,
what am
Greek
I
prophet.
reading? Well, I'm reading One Piece, My Hero. I'm reading Berserk, which is pretty good so far. And yeah, I don't watch seasonal anime because I'm a loser.
I've been trying
watch-
to get out of it because honestly, it kind of ruins the fun because you're like, oh, I need to catch up on all of these other fucking shows so I can see if they're any good or not, right? Then you fall so far behind because of like important shit that you have to do.
Just
and then
just
it
wait
just
until
becomes
the
not fun.
just wait until the season's over. Find like the best one people are talking about and watch that. I don't know. I
And
don't
then
watch
also
anime
like there's a
mostly.
bunch of classic shows that like I haven't seen and a bunch of really
Right.
really good shows that I haven't seen.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna start like just watching, like I don't know,
Good
the one or
shows.
two shows people will actually mention during the
Cause yeah,
season.
like that's the thing. Cause like there's all this, all these shows come out, but it's like the good ones get remembered, so you can like look
Right.
back at. Right, because like all these like bullshit shows that come out every season, like only 2 of them are gonna be like remembered for how good they were. All the others will just fade into obscurity.
Like
or just
Bleach,
because it was a fucking meme like Blendess.
which speaking of Bleach, you know, probably never seen an anime continuation of that yet. I feel Shonen is making a big mistake by not giving it a final season. You know, I think it would make some money. Definitely get all their wallets nice and fat. Be able to get some money. Everyone's happy. Fans get a new Bleach season.
Bleach without the filler.
Oh, you know what does piss me off though? When people rate a show when they haven't finished it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you
IGN.
know how Gintama had like I think it was the
IGN.
4th season, right? It came out early 2017, but they got a new season. One episode came out, and like a bunch of fucking people rated it like a 9. It was the number one most like it was the highest rated anime on Now for quite a while, and it's still up there.
And like I can understand maybe being like, oh well, this episode was good, I'll give it a 9. But like as rating the whole series based on one,
right?
Like this thing I don't like with my anime list. It's like you only give one rating for the whole thing.
It's like if you rated One Piece alone on the Skypiea arc, rip score.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like that's the thing. That's why on my anime list, like I only have scores for things that I finished because.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
I can
See,
judge it as
that's
a full
fair. You know.
Yeah, it's like if you rated Cowboy Bebop on the first episode.
Yeah, it's like One Piece. I could give it like I don't even know if I could give One Piece a proper rating because like some parts are like a 6, some parts are a 9 or 10. Like it's.
It's hard. It's hard. There's only one series though that is of great length that that I can give a proper score, which is like a 3 out of 10. Fairy Tail. Like it honestly, I could push it up to a 5, but I really don't want to, because like
it doesn't deserve
the first half of the series was solid, but then after the Grand Magic Games, it just kind of went into a downhill spiral, and so like that was more than half of the series, that downhill spiral.
Yeah.
And the first half-ish of the series wasn't exactly, I don't know, what's a good comparison, like Full Metal Alchemist.
Whoa. Let's
don't even use
let's not get too carried away here. We're not comparing. We're comparing apples and oranges here. Fairy Tail and Full Metal Alchemist. No.
No, my point is that the good parts of the series did not make up for the bad parts of the series to even get it to a 5.
Okay.
Especially because there were more good.
I can tell you the first 1 through 10 volumes of Fairy Tail were fairly entertaining, and the introduction of some characters were great. I mean, Natsu was still shit even in those 10 volumes, but everyone else was all right. Laxus, S-rank wizard, sweet.
Then they just had to go and ruin them all.
Yeah, and then
and that foreshadowing in the beginning. My God.
Yeah, there was some cool foreshadowing, but then it was revealed like, Mashima didn't plan the ending.
Wow, Guild Arts. Yeah, whatever happened to Guild Arts? Yeah. Ooh.
Oh yeah, good point.
He was sort of he was forgotten about,
Well, no, well yeah, sort of. Like he didn't really have much to do in the final arc. Like him showing up was like a big thing, but then he just didn't do anything.
Yeah, worthless.
It's like, oh my God, Guild Arts is back.
All right, well, I think we got to end it this week. We're already at like an hour and 6 minutes, so.
I think this is the longest episode
so far, which is fine. I mean, genuinely, the only fans that are still watching this podcast, are probably looking for some Gucci quality content. So you got it here with the Manga Alert podcast.
Senpai, I hope you're watching.
Hold on, I got a story.
No, we gotta end it.
What?
We gotta end it.
No.
Anyways, we're ending the podcast. Anyways, guys, peace out. Have a good one.
You can tell us afterwards.
God damn it.
Thank you for watching. Manga Alert. Bye.
It's called a road, it's called a rainbow road. It is a road that you go.